access to all of them so he can give it to his family and whatnot. But to me, that's super cool. Huge shout out to New Era. They gave all the players exclusive Madden Bowl hats. They're the only players that can get those hats. But there's one special hat for the champion. Go along with that belt. It's what the Madden Bowl's all about. Let's rock.
And with that kick, the Madden Bowl officially underway. We're going to crown a champion, starting off with this Group A matchup. 6 cents taking on Pavan. A reminder to hit that squads button. You can keep track of our other game. You can watch them both at once. VY and Canes on the other side. RG, give us a little snapshot of what we're looking at, maybe playbooks-wise, from these two players.
Well, you're going to have Pavan. He's going to be running the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive playbook with the New York Giants defensive playbook. And then, surprise, surprise, my guy 6 cents, Tampa Bay offensive playbook, New York Giants defensive playbook. So these guys are running the same exact playbooks on both offense and defense. That's always going to make for an interesting matchup. They have very similar game styles. So if you're in either one of those playbooks, pay attention. Should be some stuff you can pick up. You can expect to see a lot of gun bunch and nickel 3-3-5 from these guys.
Yeah, and if it's your first time joining us, first of all, appreciate you hanging out with us. You've seen these guys, a gentleman's agreement to decline the delay of game so everybody can get their audible set, everyone can get their substitution set, and we are underway. Pavan, of course, huge Oakland Raiders fan, starting off with the ball first, dropping back on 1st and 10, a little quick throw underneath. Fight forward to the 34-yard line. Give him 9 yards. Pavan, one of the few players actually this week using Michael Vick, the lefty, instead of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, the point is, though, it's either Lamar or the Vickens. I mean, at Lamb Jack or Mike Vick, these are the guys that everyone's using. They want that mobility at quarterback, and you can't blame them. That's the way this salary cap mode is. And this isn't just mobility. These are quarterbacks that have about 95 to 99 speed. It's literally absurd.
A little draw play on 2nd and 1. They'll pick up the first down. That's Joe Mixon picking up 3.
Just for some perspective, these guys, they're spending about 1/10 of their cap just on the quarterback alone.
Wow. 10% used just on one position. That's how important the quarterback position is, though.
One player.
Now 1st and 10 after a nice sequence from Pavan. Our club champion here in Group A. 1st down and 10, that bunch to the right side. Vick, right side, a little high pass. Beautiful throw. They're trying to strip that ball free, but it's a nice catch. Looks like it's going to be a 1st down at 47-yard line. The former Viking, the former Raider.
And real quick, Nick, what you have on the screen here, I'm so happy we're showing this to the people at home. This is a screenshot of the offense Pavan is running. So you see that 99 overall Mike Vickens. He's got all kinds of goons on there. But we'll be trying to show you those rosters throughout the show so you can get a real look at how these players are set in their depth chart. I think that's very valuable information for the viewers at home. One thing to also pay attention at, Nick, on this offense is if you look down here in this part of the screen, you can see how much cap they're spending on their offense and defense. So you see Pavan spent 570 cap, that's not including abilities, on offense alone. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, but only 20 spent on specialists. They're not putting a bunch of cap into punters and kickers here in the Madden Bowl. 1st down and 10. Pavan in business at the 22-yard line. He'll look left side. Nobody over there. Big hit, but he'll still hold on to the ball at the 12-yard line. That is Tyreek Hill. Bring up a 2nd and short.
One thing you're noticing here, Nick, is Pavan just moving the ball, just walking up the field. And a big part of that is, I'm telling you, he's going to be familiar with these defenses that 6 cents is running. I mean, Pavan's the one that ran that nickel 3-3-5. 6 cents been running some dollar in this formation, but Pavan also familiar with that.
2nd and short for Pavan, putting together a sustained drive to kick off his Madden Bowl journey.
Little nickel normal.
Hand off. Look at Joe Mixon. Look at Joe Mixon. He will not be stopped to the 7-yard line.
6 cents definitely mixing up the defenses, though. He's throwing a little dollar, a little 3-3-5, a little nickel normal. Doesn't matter to Pavan, though.
Now a 1st and goal opportunity for Pavan. An opportunity also for 6 cents to get some early momentum. Gonna stop inside the goal line. Breaking the huddle once again. He's gonna come out that 3 tight end set. Randy Moss alone on the left side. Why not? Handed to Joe Mixon once again, but a good pursuit from 6 Cents defense.
And when you talk to 6 Cents, I mean, this is a guy, when we pull up his roster later, you'll see he spent no cap on defense. All of his cap is on the offensive side of the ball. So this is the style of defense that he does want to play. It's a bend but don't break style where he knows he's not going to be able to stop you from getting first downs, but this is where he plans to get stingy once you get into that red zone.
Going with the Kansas City Chiefs motto, it's all offense all the time. We don't need to stop you if we score 55 points a game. Now 2nd and goal for Pavan. Looking to throw it now. Only a 3-man rush. Back of the end zone. High pass. It's caught, and we have our first touchdown here in the Madden Bowl as Pavan drives right down the field and gets 6. An early lead for our defending club champion, and just the way he wanted to start out this ball.
Oh, and that's what you expect from him. That's not easy to do, to put a long, prolific drive, get down the field, but then execute in the red zone, cook up a hot, crispy dot, get yourself 7 to kick off the Madden Bowl. Pavan is as advertised. And here's the dot right here, Nick. It's a deep post route in the back of the end zone. High balls it with pressing the LB button. Gets the little toe tap swag.
He's looking good in that windbreaker.
I literally was just thinking about that. Shout out to the EA crew hooking these guys up with those windbreak. I mean, they get a nice little swag bag when they get here. They get the backpack, they get the windbreaker, you get some shirts. They threw you the new era, the Madden Bowl exclusive hat. So you get yourself, you know, you make some cash, you get some glory, but you also get some nice little swag when you make it here to the Madden Bowl.
Still first quarter here, Group A action of the Madden Bowl. So happy you're joining us, Nick Mazesco, RG. RG, I was talking with one of 6 Cents' lab partners. Jay Bird's down here. They've been labbing hard for this group play, but Jay was saying that there's just no pressure on 6 Cents. He came in through the last chance qualifier. Nobody's really expecting him to do anything, so he can play really loose today.
He's definitely an underdog in this group. When you talk to the rest of the players in this group, and I talked to all of them, and you said, who's the player that's most unlikely to come out of this group, they all said 6 Cents. But you know what? Everybody counted him out against Safa. He came through right there in the clutch. He's not the type of player you want to sleep on.
And how about that? We saw that during the last chance qualifier. Shannon Sharp at running back.
Yeah, he has a little package he does to get that beef. That's real beef right there in the back zone. That number 84, legend Shannon Sharp. I believe he's a 96 overall.
Getting out of the pocket. It's Lamar Jackson. He'll chuck it out of bounds. A huge 3rd down now for 6 Cents. All the cap on offense for 6 Cents. He's an offensive player. He's looking to score 100. 3rd down and 5. Bunch formation to the right. Tyreek Hill alone on the left side. We're going to pick up this 3rd down, dropping back. Pressure coming. He gets rid of it. Has a man. Little comeback route. Tyreek Hill holds onto it through the big hit. How about throwing that little Nike check offense?
6 Cents' offense coming through in the clutch. And I'm telling you, he spent a lot of cap on there.
Halfback ram. Shannon Sharp showed the spin move in the middle.
Let's take a look at his offense here, Nick. And as I can tell you, he spent 581 cap on that offense. If you look at this screen right here, he's got Lambjack, he's got Tyreek Hill, Randy Moss, Odell Beckham, and these guys are 99 overalls. Just look at that rating in the top right corner. Got himself some Joe Mixon, and there's that Shannon Sharp, 96 overall at that tight end spot. That'll get there in the backfield sometimes. It's a very, very stacked offense.
2nd down and 7. 6 Cents dropping back, rolling right. The pressure gets there, and That's what we saw from Pavan in the club championships. A big reason why he won that was his defense and his ability to get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, and he just sets up this nickel 3-3-5 defense the same way every time, Nick, but you don't know who's coming. You see he's got these 3 linebackers, and he'll blitz a variety of these scumbags right here, and you don't know what dirtbag it is that's going to be coming off of the line, especially when you got to read these 2 stacked defenders right there.
Another 3rd down for 6 cents. Look down the seam. That's Odell Beckham. The now Cleveland Brown with the catch. And
that is Dottie, and that is 6 cents using the user playmaker mechanic. He also, on top of that amazing offensive personnel that he has a variety of abilities that he puts on those players. His Lamar Jackson as conductor, gunslinger, elite route chems, playmakers, deep route chems.
And we have reached the end of the first quarter. It is 7-0. The club champ Pavan on top, but 6 cents in business on his first drive. God, look at that hat. I want it. I don't think they'd let me have it, but I want it.
You'll never have that hat.
I will never have it.
I'll never have it.
One of these guys may have it, though, when we reach Saturday night.
The question to those at home is, will you ever have one?
There's now a new reason to want to get to the Madden Bowl. It's the new era hat. 6 cents in business after that pass to Odell. He's converted 2 big 3rd downs here on his first drive, showing no signs of pressure.
And I'm telling you, when you spend that much cap on your offense, I was reading off those abilities, Nick. Those aren't cheap at all. It really limits the amount of defensive personnel 6 cents has. So with Pavan scoring a touchdown to open up the game, it's very important that he's able to go down here and get himself points. Touchdown would be huge. He's relying heavily on this offense, heavy on the offense.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
2nd down and 10, 6 cents. Lamar Jackson at the helm. Look at those names: Beckham, Sharp, Moss, Hill. He's going to look for Shannon Sharp into the flat. That little truck stick may have stalled him a little bit. He's actually going to lose a yard and has to convert another 3rd and long.
Yeah, it's just bad stick work by 6 cents. You throw it to the flat, you truck backwards, don't get upfield. Now he's got himself in the 3rd and 11.
Rolling right side.
Nothing's there. He's going to run with the Vickens.
Oh, he high passed to Randy Moss at the first down marker. Did he get enough? Yes, he did. What a read there from 6 cents.
I mean, that's how you ad-lib. That's like Russell Wilson in real life. When you just got to have it, you got to make a play. I mean, you don't draw it up like this, Nick. This is him just running around with lamb jack, high ball, and that's what you're going to see a lot in salary cap. And the problem is, guys like Pavan and 6 cents, they spent so much of their cap on the offensive side of the ball, they're not going to have the pass rushers or the secondary that they need to keep up with these high-powered offenses. And one thing I like about this tournament are there are competitors who went less on the offensive side of the ball, got themselves some goons on defense, and they'll probably have a better time containing those mobile quarterbacks.
I love that read there from 6 cents. He felt the pressure and just dumped it off to Joe Mixon, picked up 6.
One thing I want to call out too, Nick, is when I tell you everybody's using Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick, I'm not joking. Literally, 50% of the field in this tournament is using Mike Vick, and 50% of the field in this tournament is using Lamar Jackson, that quarterback.
Lamar Jackson being used by 6 cents, 3rd and 4. Driving back, high pass, that's been working for him. It's Randy Moss once again. Give us an idea of what the difference is between Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson.
I mean, the big difference is just the handiness. You got Lamar, he's a righty, and then you got Michael Vick, he's the lefty. Besides that, they're very, very comparable. Both of them have a lot of speed, a lot of throw power, and they actually have some good accuracy because these are high overall mud items. So the main difference, Nick, is going to be the righty-lefty factor.
First and goal, looks like we're going to see Shannon Sharp on that halfback plan, but a great hit in the middle on the All-Star, the Hall of Fame tight end.
And I've seen Pavan do that several times this season, Nick, where he'll just run through one of those gaps, hit you with the boom. I mean, he's got a mean hit stick, and if you're 6 cents, that's going to scare you a little bit. You're going to think twice before you run that wham again.
2nd and goal from the 5. Beckham and Moss split wide left. Now Beckham coming in motion, back to the right side. Driving back to pass, the pressure, gets there, down goes Jackson. That is D Ford around the edge, and another third down opportunity for Pavan to get a stop.
I think 6 cents Pavan got in his head with that hit stick right there. You get hit stick, you go away from the run, but Pavan was just sitting in there 3-3-5, not many goons in the box, a spread D line. I think if you're 6 cents, you needed to run the ball again right there, but now you find yourself, you go for the pass, you take a sack. Now you find yourself in a 3rd and critical against the defending club champion.
Detroit!
We've hit the 2-minute warning in the first half. 6 cents looking to tie it up. 3rd and goal from the 11. Pressure off the edge. He'll quickly dump it off to Shannon Sharp, but a good tackle, and it looks like 6 cents going to have to settle for 3.
I mean, settle is the right word. I feel like on 3rd and 11 to just hike, throw to the flat like that, it feels a little lazy, Nick. You got to step up in the pocket. You have Lambjack. You've been ad-libbing pretty well up the field. You got to try to make a play.
Man, credit to Pavan. He brought the corner blitz there, and it got in the backfield, but maybe a little bit of nerves here at the Madden Bowl. Nonetheless, first drive, he's going to get points, 7-3 the score. And how about this, one of the major differences between Madden and the NFL? We're at the 151 mark, almost to halftime. We've only had 2 possessions in this game.
That's it. I mean, we talk about it all the time when you're playing with 5-minute quarters. Every possession's so important.
Let's get an update on our other game happening here in Group A. Let's throw it over to Rico Williams. Rico, what's going on?
There was an early turnover, which Canes was able to capitalize on when he ran this one in to take a 7-0 lead. But VY would not be outdone. He has a running game of his own, tied it up 7-7, and these guys are still going at it. Back to you guys.
Great ball game. Other game here in Pod A, and how about that defense from 6 cents? Getting to Mike Vick, that's Melvin Ingram with a 12-yard loss.
That's a big sack right there for 6 cents. I mean, like I told you, he has a depleted defense. There's not many goons that he's got on that D-line, so to get a first down sack, that is huge for him. These are the type of downs his defense needs to put themselves in, because it's going to be tough to stop this Pavan offense.
Second and long for Pavan. Deep down the seam, has it, man. That's Randy Moss, the former Viking, Patriot, and Oakland Raider.
And look at this. When I'm talking to you about depleted defenses, there it is. This is 6 cents' defense that you're getting a look at right there. And as you can tell, I mean, the highest overall player on that is a 91 overall physical edition of the ultimate legend, Ed Reed. So just not many pieces on that defense at all. And I think a big part of that is just how much 6 cents spent on the offensive roster as well as the offensive chemistry abilities.
And how about early in this game, we're seeing a lot of success. High passes to Randy Moss. Some of the best hands ever to play the game. Coming up big for both teams. 1st and 10, under a minute to go in the first half. Vic gets out of the pocket, and you talked about the difference between Vic and Jackson. Vic being left-handed, those rolls to the right actually make things a little more difficult.
Yeah, obviously if you're a lefty quarterback, you're going to want to, roll out to the left. If you're a right-handed quarterback, you're going to want to roll out to the right. They can make those, awkward type of throws, but definitely not ideal.
2nd down and 10. Vic at the helm for Pavan with a 7-3 lead, nearing the halftime.
Look at his pocket presence.
Steps up. He just hit the offensive line, I think, with his arm. That's going to set up a 3rd and 10, and for 6 cents, he's still got all 3 timeouts.
This is going to be a big play right here. Just 6 cents, he can get a stop right here, force Pavan into tempt him to go for it on 4th down in his own territory. Will your way to a stop. Get yourself some serious, much-needed momentum before going into the second half.
Get yourself some momentum going into halftime. He's going to dump it off under. Oh, how did he not catch that one right through the wickets?
That's just unlucky. That's unfortunate. That's an open Randy Moss.
It's a 1st down.
Looking for a rat catch. Yeah, if it's not a 1st down, it's close to it. So now Pavan going to have to fight through some serious adversity here. This is awkward, Nick. And he's going to go for this. Like I was talking about, this is how you get a ton of momentum if you're 6 cents. I know you get the ball to start the second half, but you would love to get some additional points here. This is big.
Dropping back, rolling left. He's got a man, corner route. Oh, the user. 6 cents clicked off of that guy covering the corner route, and it left him open at the sidelines. A huge conversion for Pavan.
I mean, you're just not going to be able to get off the field, Nick. I mean, these are 99 Randy Mosses that Pavan's got out here. Ultimate legend, Mike. It's just ridiculous. That defense is too depleted, and getting a stop against someone as good as Pavan is just going to be so hard for 6 cents, especially when he's going to play an aggressive style of football where he goes for it on 4th down.
Now 1st and 10. Pavan in business. Quick throw. Makes the catch that time down to the 10-yard line. 6 cents going to take his first time out of the half.
You talked about how quickly this stuff's moving, Nick. I mean, just to paint a perspective, the average number of possessions in an NFL game is 24.7. If you go with the average numbers, the average number of possessions in a Madden game, it goes all the way down to 12.6. Wow. Pretty much cut possessions in half.
And this game even less because these guys putting methodical drives together. As 1st and 10 for Pavan. Right side, high pass. It's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Randy Moss once again.
That's a weird timeout by 6 cents.
It's getting really aggressive.
I don't know why you call a timeout right there. Maybe he wants to try to do something before the end of the half with his one timeout. I mean, that's how you end up turning the ball over. I would have let that clock still ticking.
Hey, let's go!
Make Pavan maybe hurry up a little bit, get a little frantic. Now he can just take his time, come out and goal line.
Joe Mixon at the top of his goal line eye, 3 tight ends.
Watch Julio right there at tight end.
Oh, he's looking to throw it back in the end zone, one-handed.
Mix him up there.
Lord,
Mix him
it
up
is
there.
Julio. You said it, RG. Look out for the Atlanta Falcon. He comes up with a big play before the half.
Oh, watch. Oh, he missed the block.
Wow.
That's big for 6 cents.
And we saw that in the LCQs. Mustafa Jones missed a block on 6 cents.
Ended up costing him.
It cost him. That might have been what changed the momentum back to 6 cents' way.
Absolutely. And real quick, how diabolical are these players where they come out in that goal line with the wide receiver wing package. You get Julio at tight end. You're thinking it's going to be power punch him in the mouth football. And then he runs a little scum play action and high balls to Hooley. Diabolical tactic from Pavan, and not the first time we've seen it from him.
Play action for Lamar. He'll toss it out to the flat. Shannon Sharp breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Did he get out of bounds? He did, to the 37-yard line.
And I talk about these abilities a lot, Nick. Did you see that blue flicker with the E? That means Shannon Sharp has an energizer ability, and what that does is when he successfully breaks a tackle with a ball carrier move, his stamina bar that's under the player ring, you see it right there, just fills up to give him full stamina again after the move. So when we talk about the abilities, that was a great example right there of one of them, and that was the energizer ability on Sharp.
Pavan's going to give up a free 5 yards there. They're on the 42-yard line. Again, not a lot of cap spent on kickers, so they may have to get a little closer than they normally would to kick a field goal at the end of the half.
6 cents still has that one timeout. He's going to need to pick up a big chunk here.
Dropping back, Action Jackson stepping up. He's got room.
Got him.
He's got a man downfield. That's Tyreek Hill.
What a
down to the 23-yard line. Great discipline by Pavan to make sure that Hill doesn't get in the end zone.
Oh, that's just good John Madden football all around right there. Way to ad-lib, make a play if you're 6 cents, and then almost even more impressive was that tackle by Pavan. Saved himself a touchdown.
Perfect kick. It is up. It is good, and that's how we will hit halftime. 14-6. Pavan on top, but 6 cents still in this game. That's a big field goal before the half, and he'll get the ball to start the second half. Here in the first game of Group A, let's take a look at these highlights. It's been a methodical game, starting off with Pavan driving right down the field, back of the end zone.
Yeah, and he did drive right down the field on that first drive. It was very impressive. Finished it off with that touchdown.
Defense for Pavan coming up big. Look at the hit on Shannon Sharp at the 5-yard line.
Yeah. And that hit is what I believe cost 6 cents to call that pass and play right there that resulted in the sack on second down. Made him settle for 3.
Settled for 3, got some points, and Pavan got the ball back. And look at this throw. You called it scummy because it's Julio Jones at tight end.
That's a wide receiver wing package. That's a
Mix
nice
them
little
up
tactic.
there.
It's worked
Mix them
many
up
times for
there.
Pavan in MCS play.
And a nice job by 6 cents to drive back down the field, get a field goal before the half, and that is where we stand. We have one other game going on right now, and for the highlights of that one, let's throw to the third member of our crew. It is Rico Williams. Rico, what's going on?
We've had some hard-hitting action in our game, and it all started out with Canes and that Bears defense. As you can see, he lurked the pass. As soon as it was completed, he came in and ball out. He recovered it, was able to build on that, drove down the field, got in the end zone, and took a 7-0 lead. But we all know VY, you cannot count him out. He was able to find his receiver open, and he made the most of this opportunity as he got himself into the red zone and was able to use his run game and knocked it in the end zone as well to tie the game up 7-7. Canes added a field goal to close out the half. 10-7, great ball game. Back to you guys.
Back at the desk, getting ready for the second half. RG, that's a very interesting game over there because you got VY, a guy who has a ton of respect in the Madden community. You got Canes, who made all 3 live finals this year.
Yeah, I mean, really good games to watch. I think with VY, the thing that stands out to me is he's a treat for a lot of the people at home to watch because he runs something that's different than the meta, and a lot of players respect that. A lot of people get sick of seeing either gun bunch or trips or 3-3-5, but you got a guy in VY who's running some single back wing pair, mixing up his formations, so that'll be a real treat for some of the viewers later on where you get to see a unique style game plan run by one of these high-level competitors. I really respect that about VY's game, but he does have his hands full with Canes over there.
Difference in this game, Pavan's been able to get 2 touchdowns, 6 cents, only 2 field goals. But 6 cents gets the ball to start the second half, and we see Shannon Sharp once again out of that deuce close formation right up the middle, picking up 8.
See right here, Pavan now on the defensive side of the ball. He can will himself to a stop, up 8 points right now. He'll put himself in great position to run away with this game. This is a big opening drive on this second half.
That's an aggressive throw up the field, and Odell Beckham. Oh, what a catch from Odell at the 44-yard line.
I mean, the reckless style of football that these guys are able to play right now. Roll out with this 99 speed quarterback, playmaker, my 99 wide receiver. Let him go up and get it.
Shannon Sharp.
Hey, whatever works for you.
Trying to bring down Shannon Sharp at halfback. It's like trying to tackle a Mack truck.
And here you go. Let's take a look at Pavan's defense. And as you can see, he's pretty depleted as well. I mean, look at those pass rushers. His best pass rusher looks like an 80 overall D Ford. That's just not going to be enough to stop Lambjack. See that Anthony Brown with 95 speed. But yeah, not a lot of depth right there for Pavan on defense. Sean Taylor probably his best defender.
Odell one-handed breaks a tackle inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 6 cents looking to start off the second half with a bang.
Yeah, and I think it's important for people to see those depth charts, not only so, you know, you could take that information, maybe use some of those tactics yourself when building your own lineup, but it also shows you why these guys are able to move the ball like this on offense. A lot of these players just don't have the personnel on defense to match up with these high-powered offenses.
First and goal for 6 cents from the 7. He was unable to punch in earlier. He's going to look to throw on first down. Looks right side and can't connect with Randy Moss. Second down upcoming.
This is an offensive style of football that we're seeing from both these competitors. We've seen 6 cents just settle for 3 in the red zone many, many times.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Sure, he would love to just punch this in for 6. Watch the wheel route to Moss, maybe Sharp up on the high ball.
Oh,
forget about it.
It doesn't matter the cap that Pavan has on defense. Second sack of the day and putting 6 cents in another uncomfortable long 3rd and goal.
Right, that's Anthony Brown. He's a budget player, but he has 95 speed. And that player was very effective for Pavan when he won the club championship tournament, which was our last salary cap tourney. Good read.
Good read, but he's not going to get to the end zone. It looks like 6 cents. It's good. It looks like he's coming out to go for it. He knows that there just aren't that many possessions left in this game.
I'll be interested if he goes for this. I think he's going to settle for 3. We've seen him take 3. Yep, there it is. I mean,
what do I know?
here's the thing, Nick. He's taken 3 in this situation so many times. There's even been times where you think he has to be aggressive, and we still see him take 3, but then it ends up working out for him. So one thing I like is he's willing to stick to his game plan and stick to his own philosophies, and that's usually a remedy for success. Problem for him is that guy he's going up against right now is a monster, and slowing down his offense is going to be good luck.
And he's going to need to trust his defense to get a stop. As Pavan's been able to get down the field twice, 2 touchdowns, as good as it can get.
I mean, look at this, it's identical. He even goes with the dirtbags and 3-3-5 him, so
Can't catch with the back of your helmet.
It's a low throw by Pavan. He has that gunslinger ability on his quarterback. And that gunslinger will give you a quicker release, more velocity, but the ball will come out lower sometimes and it'll hit the lineman in the back of the back.
And the noggin.
One of the risks of using that ability, it gives you a lot of benefits, but there's definitely some risk associated with it.
Now 2nd and 10, once again that gun punch from Pavan, stepping up and sitting down. 6 Senses defense, Melvin Ingram playing well for him. That's his 2nd sack of the day.
And he's gotten Pavan in these situations several times in this game, Nick, where it's 3rd and long, and Pavan just been able to convert time and time again. You got to look out for Randy Moss. That's been his go-to guy in these situations.
Now 3rd and long.
I'll tell you what, once we get this...
Oh, he's got a man down the field wide open.
There he is.
Little possession catch. How do you leave a guy like Randy Moss with nobody around him in 5 yards?
Here's the thing, you're not manning anybody up on him. You're running a soft zone, and when the play breaks down and the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, the zone is going to break down. If you talk to an NFL coach, you can only run zone, or you need to be able to get pressure. If you're going to let the quarterback run around all day like that, those are the type of things that are going to happen. And again, these guys just don't have the personnel to get pressure on a team like that. Oh my goodness.
That's bad luck for Pavan. He broke the tackle with the animation, brought him backwards, losing 11 on that run play.
It's smart by Pavan to count his losses, use that left trigger, right trigger, tap that X button to just go down with the running back in the feeble position. Make sure he didn't take an unnecessary hit. Maybe saved himself from a fumble, but here he goes, 2nd and long again, Nick. You gotta watch Moss.
Quick throw underneath, what a spin move. Oh, he made the user look silly. Gets back to the 46-yard line, a beautiful quick throw to get it to a 3rd and manageable.
Right when I say it, you gotta watch out for Randy Moss. Here comes Julio Jones.
It's a good 1-2 punch.
Mike Vick to Julio Jones, with Randy Moss and Tyreek Hill somewhere else on the field, along with like a 96 overall, I believe, Vernon Davis.
Hey, let's go!
Every Atlanta Falcons fan back home perked up when he said Mike Vick to Julio Jones. Can we get that?
Only in Madden Ultimate Team.
3rd and 6. Oh, that blitz picked up beautifully. Brought the heat, and Vernon Davis wide open at the 31-yard line.
You know it's a good sign when you have 2 routes wide open, Nick. It's exactly what Pavan had going on right there. And he's just doing this effortlessly as he's going to take this to the 4th quarter.
Controllers are down, and we are 5 minutes away from finding out who will start out 1-0 in the group. 4's up in the chat. 4th quarter time. Pavan with the lead. Hey guys, throughout the tournament, we're going ham on Twitch drops. Giving away 4 gold or better players, a 200 pick currency quick sell, a competitive series trophy, and a very special 98 overall player. So click on the link below to connect your Madden and Twitch accounts to earn. The longer you watch, the more rewards you earn. Great way to fill up that binder.
I love the drops. I mean, anytime we can, the people that come and support us and, support what we're doing, anytime we can show them a little bit of love, give them something in return, I'm all about it. Let the drops rain, fellas. Make it rain drops for our people in the chat.
Mixon a little more successful on that carry after the 11-yard loss. He'll pick up 1. But Pavan playing this ball control offense. He's had some deep throws down the field, but he's using a ton of clock in both the 1st and 2nd half.
Yep, and that's what you want to do. And you know what it does is it discourages your opponent because it gives them a sense of urgency of, I can't mess up because this guy's going to be super stingy and take full advantage of it. So allowing that clock to milk all the way down is very discouraging to your opponent.
Looking up the seam, one-handed catch. The defense can't pry it free. How about the ups from Vernon Davis?
All right, this is it. This is going to be, I think, the biggest sequence of the game so far. If you're Pavan and you can get yourself a touchdown, you're going to make that hill like, I think it's going to be too tall for 6 cents to be able to climb. But if you're 6 cents and you're able to hold them to 3 right here and keep it one possession ball game, we're going to have some serious action here in the fourth quarter. This is a big sequence here, Nick.
First down and 10 for Pavan. 12 yards away from a 2-score lead. Use all that play clock and a great tackle on the outside, but how about that clock management? Something that maybe gets overlooked a little bit. Pavan used the entire play clock there and ran that clock down.
And I'm telling you, it not only helps your chances of winning, but what it does to your opponent's psyche when they know you're in full stingy clock chewing mode, it really, really can mess with their confidence and put the pressure on them. I love what Pavan's doing right now.
And up control Nixon. How about the run defense, though, from 6 cents, not letting anything go on the ground?
This is going to be an interesting play. Is Pavan going to be concerned with continuing to milk this clock, or is this where he takes a shot, get himself a touchdown? Here's the thing, though. You just got to make sure you don't turn this ball over. Taking 3, being up 8 isn't a bad thing if you're Pavan here. Maybe a safe throw for a touchdown.
If you're Pavan, you got to feel good about your defense. Only 3 field goals from 6 cents. Flipping the play. Julio alone on the left side, Bunch on the right side. Vic, right side. Nice job there. I know it comes down as an incomplete pass, but he put it where only his receiver could get it. Make sure he doesn't turn the ball over.
That's a great point, Nick. It's a my guy or no guy type of throw. That's exactly the type of play you want to run in this situation. Smart by Pavan.
It is up. It is good, and with 2:47 to go, if you're 6 cents, this is the position you want to be in. You got the ball and an opportunity to tie the game up.
As we talked about, that missed block kick for 6 cents could end up being big. I mean, a score here would probably giving them a chance to take the lead.
How about this fun stat from Donnie Moore, who's been absolutely phenomenal, giving us all the little news and notes. 6 cents, 5 offensive pre-play adjustments per play. The next closest person, just under 3. 6 cents doing all sorts of adjustments before he gets to the play.
And I looked at that stat with Donnie, and a part of it is just how many abilities 6 cents has on offense, with the conductor ability, the elite route chem ability, the deep route chem ability. So he has a lot of abilities that allow him to do a lot of different things in that pre-play, which is why I believe you see so many adjustments from him.
Lamar broke the first sack, but can't break the second one as Brown comes around the edge. A big play for Pavan's defense.
You're going to have to watch out for that Anthony Brown all tournament long from Pavan. I mean, he's a budget player, but he plays like a beast on that Pavan defense.
Get your bang for your buck. 2nd and 11. Lamar Jackson.
He's got him.
He's got beat down the field. Has him. Put it in his hands. It's Randy Moss. Down inside the red zone. 2-minute warning, and 6 cents is in business.
It's that classic Buck sail play. That post route on those is just so hard to guard. It just continues to go deep across the field if you can roll out with it. There's not many zones that cover it. You really have to guard it as a user. You slip up for 1 second, ends up being a big gain like that.
8-point game. Minute 53 to go. 6 cents is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this up. Jackson has a man back to the end zone. That's Randy Moss. It's Dandy Moss. He's 2 points away from tying it up.
What a ball game, huh, Nick?
Way to kick off the Madden Bowl. How about this? Coming down to the wire. A huge 2-point conversion play for 6 cents.
Let's see what 6 cents has. What type of 2-play do you got? Pavan, can you stop it or not?
It's 2 yards away from a tie ball game. Sharp. Looks like it could be a run play to Sharp. A flag down.
Oh, that's big.
It's going to back him up 5 because he just didn't get it off before the play clock ran out. Brutal.
That's big.
All right, now, lucky
Now,
56.
if you want to
Lucky
pass the
56.
ball here, it could give you a little bit more room to
All right,
work.
now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
But now running the ball is out of the question. If you're Pavan, you know it's a pass.
He's going to get another false start.
Oh, gee.
Oh, now he's at the 12. Now you have to pass the ball. You really have to pass the ball now.
My goodness. Could you imagine if you were a head coach and this is the type of stuff that your offense was doing right now?
I'd be making in-game cuts. I'd just be like, oh, just take it.
I'd snap. I'd snap, dude. This is how you lose football games. Just mental mistakes like this. I mean, can 6 cents fight through this adversity? If you're Pavan, you got to think you got to get the stop here.
Got to feel good. 12 yards away now. There's a 2-yard, 2-point conversion. Now it's a 12-yard. Blitz off the edge. He gets hit, and it's going to be a 2-point game still. Those 2 false start, or I guess a delay of game and a false start penalty. Offensive penalties, the key here. Now he still has 3 timeouts. He's not out of this ball game.
Not out of this game. I'll tell you what, though, Nick. That Randy Moss was open on the wheel route. And again, it's none other than Anthony Brown getting over there to make plays. There's the touchdown.
Throw to Randy Moss for the touchdown. 6 cents going to be counting on that defense. Said he didn't spend a ton of cap on it, but we've seen some budget players making some big plays.
Spent no cap on that defense, Nick. Talk about budget plays. I'm telling you that Anthony Brown saved the touchdown on that 2-point conversion.
The first run play that goes anywhere from Pavan picks up a first down with Joe Mixon. He's contained, 6 cents has contained that run game from Pavan up until now, and when he needed to stop the most, a patient run from our club champion.
One more first down will put this game away for Pavan. If you're 6 cents, you need to go into stinge mode right here. No more first downs, you got to make a play. Oh man, that's going to be it. Oh my goodness, Mixon.
Joe Mixon is a halfback we saw during the challenge get used a lot. He's really come into a favor for a lot of these guys playing salary cap because he's an affordable running back that has some great stats.
The reason these guys are all using the Joe Mixon, I believe they're using the 27 cap. It's like an 81 overall Joe Mixon, but they say he's the least cap player that has a high spin rating that they can spin effectively with. So that's why you're going to see Mixon on a lot of players' teams. It's his low cap, but with his high spin. The question is, will they get in trouble with that low carry later on, and will we see him, cough the ball up?
It's not quite over, but it's looking grim for 6 cents right now. It's a stop on Mixon in the backfield. 30-second play clock. He'll get a little bit of time if he can get 2 stops, but nothing to be ashamed about. 6 cents has this season lost to some very talented players, some players that are even here at the Madden Bowl. 4 losses on the year. Lost to CCG Fancy, I Love God. The 2 guys who are here, Crush and Some Serious. His 5th loss may be to Pavan.
Here's the thing, I mean, the fact that it's only a 2-point ball game here, 6 cents should get a chance to get the ball with about 20. Oh, Pavan's passing. This is big.
He's getting aggressive.
This is big.
Vic out of the pocket. Stays in bounds. Nice job there by Pavan to stay in bounds, run with Mike Vick, and now a 4th and 5. And 6 cents hope to go 1-0 on the line.
That was huge right there. Pavan had thrown an incomplete pass or, ran out of bounds. I mean, 6 cents would have had all kinds of time. Only down 2 points, and it looks like he's still going to get the ball back with a chance to ad-lib himself a huge play and maybe kick a field goal. I mean, he's still in this, Nick.
All right, 21 seconds. It's going to be looks like a punt from Pavan. No timeouts for 6 cents, but he does only need a field goal.
I mean, this is going to be awkward for Pavan. 6 cents has playmakers out there. He has a high-powered offense.
Let's see where the field position is going to be. Probably around the 10. It's going to be the 12-yard line.
It's a good punt.
It's a great punt.
It's a really good punt right there from Pavan. Getting it done on all 3 phases.
And only 17 seconds left. He used up a lot of clock. 6 cents needs a minor miracle. We'll call it a moderate miracle. To go 1-0. He's going to need one of his big players to make a big play down the field. This is why you spend a lot of cap on offense, though.
All right, now,
Man,
lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He's going to need a miracle, but we've seen crazier things. Oh, the heat's there.
Lobbing it up, looking for Beckham. That one's going to float out of bounds. 11 seconds remaining. Good defense. Pavan's defense stepping up late.
Man, 6 cents could really use a timeout or two right now.
Detroit! Gone!
Second out of 10. 8 seconds and counting.
That's the pressure.
Over the middle, that's Tyreek Hill. He's going to pop the ball free, and it's going to be recovered by Pavan. And with 2 seconds left, it's going to be Pavan coming out with a victory. He's going to go 1-0, but 6 cents. He may go 0-1, but when you start looking at tiebreakers, this is a big game. He only loses to the club champion by 2.
That was a phenomenal game, and it's a lot of offense, not much defense. I'm trying to think back. If was 6 cents missed, was that